Hey guys, it's Shannon from iHeartRadio Nights here with Chelsea Cutler. How are you?
Doing? I'm well. How are you?
Good. Nice and early.
Oh, yeah.
Get you out of bed.
Whew.
Just a wild time we're going to have here. Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, because it's probably tough because tour like goes so late, right?
Yeah. I've been waking up at like 12
Yeah.
generally because we don't really get to bed until like 1 or 2.
Right.
So, yeah.
Did you have a show yesterday or was it travel day?
No, just travel day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So sorry we got you up so early.
No worries. It's okay. It's
Yeah.
probably good for me.
We'll see. We'll see. Because you have a show tonight in Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
Have you spent a lot of time in Toronto before?
I've spent like a few days here and there. I really like it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
nice.
aquarium's fun.
Did you go to the aquarium?
Yeah, I did last time I was here.
Nice. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like right by the Apple building it was, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and the CN Tower. It's always what I recommend to people when they come around.
The aquarium?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
fun.
because it's only like a couple years old. So
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it
pretty,
was fun.
pretty new, pretty fresh. So I want to talk about the fact that what I find so cool about you is that not only are you a singer and a songwriter, but you're also a producer. Was that something that you just like always you got into right away when you got into music?
Not particularly. I've been taking lessons in piano and guitar for a really long time, like since I was like 4. And I think I just kind of like basically learned how to produce out of necessity because I didn't know anyone who could do it for me. Right. So I just I wanted to make music, so I just wanted to do it.
Yeah. And so your brother works with computers. Your dad is a digital illustrator.
Yeah.
Where does music come from then?
I don't know. Probably my mom. She doesn't know how to play anything, but she always wanted to.
Yeah.
So I think she just wanted to get my brother and I involved in music because she never really had the opportunity to do so. Yeah.
So she can now like live vicariously through you.
Yeah.
And all of your success. Yeah. Something that I thought was really cool is that you surprised your dad with a Mini Cooper convertible.
Yeah.
Was that something that you always kind of had in the back of your mind that you're like, oh, this is something I want to do like when I reach success?
No, not really. It was more like my parents had gotten rid of one of their cars, and I didn't really want them putting miles on mine. I have a Jeep, and they like retained their value really well, and I want to be able to like give it to my kids and stuff.
Right.
And so I was about to surprise my dad and I were about to surprise my mom with a Land Cruiser because they like really love the old like vintage Toyota Land Cruisers, and the one that we were eyeing got sold the day we were supposed to go see it.
No.
And it like timed out perfectly. So my manager was like, why don't we just get your parents a new car with the video? And I was like, that's a good idea.
Nice. That's so sweet.
Yeah, and they love Mini Coopers. They like always gush about them.
And were they so shocked that you did that for them?
Yeah, they had like no idea.
Yeah. How does that feel then to be able to like do something like that for your parents? Because I feel like that's what like all kids wish that they could like give back.
Yeah, it feels really good. I just tell everyone I'm really fortunate that my dad has always wanted a Mini Cooper and not like a Porsche.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, easy and difficult to obtain.
Yeah, it was not too bad.
Yeah. So I want to get back to producing because I just think it's so rare too, even in this day and age, to have like a lot of female producers out there. Was that almost disheartening to you to like see that there weren't a lot of female producers, or was that more like encouraging because you knew that you could be like a front runner for it?
Yeah, more encouraging.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a wide open lane, and it still really is a wide open lane. Even though there's a lot more women going into it, I think it's still a really open lane in like mainstream pop. So that just fires me up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you find that you have a lot of like women that come up to you now and are like, oh, it's so cool that like I can finally see somebody in the media who's doing this?
I think in like meet and greets and stuff, yeah, people definitely ask me about it a lot. I feel bad because I don't have any like formal real training or anything, so they'll ask me questions about how to do stuff, and I'm like, I don't know. just mess around until you get it.
That's almost more encouraging though, I feel like, because it's like, oh, if you can just like figure it out and like play around with it and do it, then it makes it more obtainable for other people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's awesome.
Thanks.
Cool. And yeah, you've reached so much success in such a like short amount of time. How do you define success? Do you wake up every day and you're like, I've made it? Or do you feel like you constantly like have goals that you want to obtain?
Yeah, I definitely always am setting new goals. So I think that's really important.
Yeah.
Kind of just each time you hit like a new milestone to just kind of reevaluate where you're at and figure out what your next ambitions are. I definitely have not yet risen in the morning and said, yes, I've made it. So maybe Maybe another time.
Do you feel like that's
Not
something
yet.
that'll ever happen where you'll be like, this is it? Like, now I can just chill.
Maybe when I'm like married with kids and like have like a nice career to like really look at, and I'll wake up one day and be like, my life's pretty great.
Yeah.
You know?
And then go back to bed.
Yeah. But like right now, it's definitely still like every accomplishment and milestone is kind of, you know, it feels like kind of like a stepping stone to get.
Do you have a goal right now in mind that you want to reach, or is it just like riding the high of this album?
My 2020 goal was top 40 record. Did that pretty quick. So I think right now just, you know, riding the momentum of Sad Tonight and kind of seeing where it can go. Yeah.
Totally. Who do you look up to from like a songwriter's perspective, and then who do you look up to from like a producer's stand?
For sure. I think I grew up listening to like a lot of really singer-songwriter stuff, so like John Mayer and Coldplay and Bruce Springsteen. So like I love storytelling like that, so I think that's really cool. And I think Matty Healy from the 1975 is kind of like a more like modern example of that. Production-wise, like John Bellion probably.
Oh yeah.
Just he's a rock star. He's so good.
Yeah. Totally. I get a lot of like Julia Michaels vibes from your songwriting as well.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Huge compliment.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
I know. She's like the best.
She's a great modern example too. Like she's a really just candid writer.
Yeah.
Which I really like. Yeah.
How was your process of putting together this album, like versus what you've done in the past? Did you find that there was a big difference, or just like an elevated level?
Yeah, I think just an elevated level. I think, you know, it was really the same. I didn't really go into it with much of a different mindset other than I'm just like a more mature person and I've grown a lot. So I just wanted to kind of relate that through the music and yeah.
When you were writing the songs for this album, did anything like come to you in a weird way? Like, did you have any weird writing situations, or was it all just like, okay, I'm gonna write this one, or just like all came to you?
I think most of them were kind of weird.
Yeah,
like just random places. Like I wrote a bunch on tour in Europe. And there was always like random, like whether I was in the green room right before a show or like 3 a.m. because I couldn't sleep because of jet lag. So like random stuff like that. And I wrote a lot of the album just on different tours and like in different cities. And
is that usually how it works? Like you'll just have something will just spark and you'll be like, okay, there's a song.
I haven't written a song in mad long. It's been like 4 months.
Really?
Yeah, I don't feel anything yet.
Really? Yeah. So do you kind of just have to wait for that to come, or you can't?
I'm not going to force it.
Yeah.
It'll come when it comes.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you have this whole beautiful album, so I feel like now is the time to just like relax the brain.
That's what I think too. Yeah.
Right?
I don't want to write. I don't have much to say yet.
I don't blame you. Yeah. That's crazy. Well, you have a lot coming up. You have you're on your tour right now. You got Coachella coming up.
Yeah.
But I feel like you're like a festival like veteran by now. You've done like Lollapalooza, Governor's Ball?
This past summer we got to hit a lot of festivals, which was awesome, and it's kind of nice this summer that I don't really have too many to do because I think I'm gonna be able to like kind of just bunker down and write, and not be in a different city every weekend. But I'm stoked about Coachella. I think it's it's kind of like the pinnacle of this year so far. So.
Yeah. What are you most looking forward to coming up?
I mean, Coachella is kind of, again, like, it's really, like, what we're building up to, and I think these shows on this tour have been really spectacular so far, and just kind of trying to stay present and really enjoy them for what they are.
Yeah. I bet that can be hard, too, because it's, like, at the end of the day, it's still work, right? Do you find that or no?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. There's definitely shows where, you're on stage and you're like, all right, like, you're halfway through, like you just got to do like another 45 minutes and then you can go to bed.
Yeah, get your head in the game.
Yeah. So, but for the most part, they're a blast.
Yeah. I can imagine. Well, congrats on everything, all your success. So glad to chat with you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.